Wow. You're not going to believe this. While I was down in Tasmania the other week, I went into this massive lolly shop, and guess what I found? A monster Jawbreaker. Wow, it's massive. Weighs a fair bit too. 300 grams. Ah, smells great. So let me explain my plan for this one. I'm going to take this Jawbreaker, put it between my two turning cups, then I'm going to take my turning chisels and try and make some colourful patterns in here. Now if all that goes to plan, I'm then going to take some epoxy resin, I'm going to cast it inside, hopefully the resin doesn't react with the sugar too much, and then once that's done, I'm going to return it into a sphere again. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, let's try and turn this on the lathe first, hopefully it doesn't just break apart and fly all around my workshop. You know, I could just imagine all the comments right now. They're all saying, Ben, what the bloody hell are you doing, mate? You're going to have sugar all through your workshop. And you know what? That's probably right. And I'll probably spend the next 7 days cleaning it up. But it's all okay, because if it keeps you guys entertained, then it's all worth it. So I've got the Jawbreaker in there fairly tight. I haven't gone too tight because I don't want it breaking apart on me. So now let's start it up and see how we go. Well, this is a first, that's for sure. Well, it seems to be turning okay. Let's get going. Well, I think that looks pretty good. I tried to expose all the different colours there and I think I've done that pretty well. Although they don't quite match up with the colours on the box. That actually didn't make too big a mess. I think a quick vacuum and we're all good. So now that we have the Jawbreaker turned, it's time for part 2, casting this in resin. Now because we're going to turn this back into a sphere again, we need to do this pour the same way we did the Rubik's Cube. So this first bit of resin is just going to be our base layer, and then once that's cured, we can put the Jawbreaker on top of that. Now I'm just going to go pop this in the pressure pot. Now while that's in the pressure pot curing, I want to take this Jawbreaker and run it under the kitchen tap. I want to see if I can smooth it out and get rid of a few of these tooling marks. Well, I'm not going to lie, while I was washing that, I licked it, and man did it taste good. So our base layer is now set and it's time to glue in the Jawbreaker, and I'm going to do that with some UV resin. I'll need a lot of resin for this one. I'm going to mix up about 1.2 litres. Okay guys, what's your prediction for this one? Do you reckon this resin's going to play havoc with this sugar? Do you reckon it's going to melt before it gets time to cure? It's going to be so interesting to watch on pot cam. Not gonna lie, nervous about this one. I wonder how much sugar's melted. Wow. You're not gonna believe this. Well, I haven't checked the pot cam footage yet, but if it showed what happened in here, you guys got a good show. And if not, don't worry, I'm going to pop this out, we're going to put it on the lathe, we're going to turn it into a nice sphere, and then we can take a closer look. Smells like candy. So I was checking out the pot cam footage last night, and although you guys got a great view of this Jawbreaker melting, you didn't get to see what happened on the other side. You won't believe it when I show you. Now that I have a nice cylinder, I'm going to start rounding the edges. Then I'm going to put on the sphere jig and start creating the ball. So as I was turning, I started to smell a sweet smell. So I stopped it to take a look, and look what I found. We've got some melted sugar coming out. Now I'm not too concerned about it, because once I finish turning the orb, I'll just seal it up with a bit of UV resin, and we'll be good to go. So now that I've finished with the sphere jig, I'm going to part this off and then clean up the bottom, and then we can start sanding. I can't believe it's been nearly 3 years since I turned this sphere, and you'll be quite amazed when you see how it looks today. In fact, I've had it on my desk ever since, and I think it's about time that one of you guys got to admire it as much as I did. So it's now available in my Etsy store, and as a bonus, our cool color shifting donuts that we make actually works as a perfect stand. So I'm going to throw this one in with the order. Now if you want to check it out, there'll be a link in the description. Now one other quick thing before we take a look. I forgot to announce the winner of the notebook in yesterday's video. So congratulations, here's the comment that was chosen at random, and the Dragon notebook is headed your way. Now for this video, I'm not sure what we're going to give away, but I'm sure it's going to be something cool. So make sure you leave me a comment so I can pick one out. Now this next clip is what you're going to see straight after it was polished on the day I finished it, and then a bit later on, you get to see the 3-year update. Now let's check it out.